Sam Dunn's all-new podcast, Caught in a Rant. Available now, exclusively on Patreon.
What is up, Banger TV? Daniel Dekay here to run you through some of my most anticipated albums of 2023. Now, we've done a couple of these videos in the past, but since I'm nowhere near as much of an encyclopedia as Sarah and nowhere near as funny as Blaine, I figured I'd do it my own way. I'm going to give you 10 releases that I'm most looking forward to. I'll let you guys battle out the rest in the comments, but I'm also going to cover some of the rumors to be happening this year with no confirmed release dates, as well as some of the interesting things that have already dropped this year. So let's get to it. German proggy funeral doom dudes Ahab have released their 5th record, The Coral Tombs, on January 6th. It's heavy enough that Blaine may dig it, weird enough that Dylan definitely digs it.
I dig it.
And Riley reviewed it. Check it out. Speaking of Blaine, Chrome released The Era of Darkness on January 13th. This is Bavarian epic hard-rocking power metal and a very fun listen. Also on January 13th, Florida death metal OG's Obituary released Dying of Everything, which I already reviewed right here on Banger TV. Also on January 13th, straight out of Ljungby, Sweden, Screamer released Kingmaker. It's a must-listen if you're into some no-bullshit traditional heavy metal with plenty of guitar wankery. Also out of Sweden, Catatonia released Sky Void of Stars on January 20th. They're sounding a little more alternative and mellow than when I first got into them, but I still went to their most recent show and had a great time. On February 3rd, Sanguisugabog released Homicidal Ecstasy. Blaine already reviewed it, and if you're into sludged out, thumpy caveman death metal, this should absolutely already be on your playlist. Also on February 3rd, the Winery Dogs released their 3rd full-length album, aptly titled 3. While it's not a metal release, you must show respect where respect is due. Richie Kotzen, Billy Sheehan, and Mike Portnoy are all masters of their craft and make up one of the few bands truly deserving of the supergroup tag. All right. That's enough about the past. Let me tell you about 10 confirmed releases that I am mega stoked for this year. Hellripper, Warlocks, Grim, and Withered Hags coming on Peaceville, February 17th. The Most Fast and the Most Evil, Scotland's Blackened Speed heavyweights, are back with their 3rd full length. I cannot express to you how fucking stoked I am for this one. Judiciary, Flesh Plus Blood, coming on Closed Casket, March 10th. Amazing crossover hardcore thrash from Texas. You should not be surprised. This is going to be their 2nd record, and I can already tell you it slaps. Night Demon Outsider, due March 17th on Century Media, straight out of Ventura, California. This heavy metal power trio, led by trad metal scene champ Jarvis Leatherby, keep getting better with each release. Stay tuned to this band. Ishan, Fascination Street Sessions EP, coming March 24th on Candlelight. He's the Norwegian innovator, pioneer, and downright musical genius. He's the man behind Emperor and so much more. He can do absolutely no wrong in my books. Listen to this when it comes out. Trust me, watch my interview with him on Banger TV for more insight into how much of a fanboy I am. Tribulation, Hamartia, the EP, coming on April 7th via Century Media. I know it's only an EP, but I'm super stoked because it is the first to feature full compositions from one of my favorite musical masterminds from Sweden, Josef Thol. I'm pretty jazzed about this one and expecting some serious gothy death metal vibes. LA Guns, Black Diamonds, coming on Frontiers, April 14th. You gotta have something sleazy on here, man. And I gotta say, since Tracy Guns and Phil Lewis have gotten back together in LA Guns, the output has been fantastic. Really high hopes they keep that streak alive here with this one. Some band called Metallica with an album called 72 Seasons, coming on some record label called Blackened Recordings on April 14th. Zero explanation needed here. Overkill, Scorched, coming on Nuclear Blast, April 14th. This is album number 20 from Overkill. That is not a mistake. 20 records. They're not all home runs, but this band's early output seriously molded me as a young thrasher, so it's impossible for me to not be excited when they drop a new one. Enforced, War Remains, coming on Century Media, April 28th. I have absolutely adored this band since their first demo. I cannot wait for this record. Spoiler alert, I've already heard it. It's so fucking good. It's metallic hardcore in the vein of Iron Age, but in recent years, they're becoming so much more Slayer meets Violence as opposed to straight crossover sound. I'm telling you, this record's perfect. Get it the day it comes out. And finally, my last confirmed release on my most anticipated list for this year is Drain, Living Proof, coming on Epitaph May 5th. These Californian hardcore thrashers are finally following up their debut, California Cursed. Whether you're in it because you want to mosh, dance, dive, or surf, this band has all the hardcore energy you need, plus all the tastiest Pantera-esque riffing. I've also heard this whole record, and it's fucking sick. All right, those are all my confirmed releases for the year to make up my top 10, but let's talk about some of those rumored ones or ones that we know are coming, but we don't have release dates for yet. Let's just get this one out of the way real quick. Power Trip. We know there's a new record coming this year, and it's a little bit bittersweet because of what that implies and kind of cements, but it's fucking Power Trip, and I'm so stoked to see what those dudes have been cooking up. Riley Gale forever. Frozen Soul's been posting some studio footage with Matt Heafy. Very excited to see what comes from that because their first album was killer. Halder has also been posting from the studio saying she's working on her second record. Stay tuned for more deets. All right, Bloodstar have confirmed that their record is done and ready to be released. They are straight heavy metal from Salt Lake City, featuring members of Visigoth. I interviewed King Diamond back in August, and he promised me both on camera and off that we were going to get a new King Diamond record this year and a new Merciful Fate record this year. So pretty fucking pumped about that. According to multiple reports, Baroness apparently have over 30 songs done, and they're going to release a record this year made up of some of those songs, I would imagine, and they've also said that this will be the first one not named after a color. Long Island hardcore heroes Incendiary are rumored to be releasing their first new music since 2017, but that's all we know. 200 Stab Wounds signed to Metal Blade and dropped perhaps their best song ever. That should mean that LP number 2 is on the way. Can't wait to see what the Stabby Boys have in store for us. Oakland's Kings of Punk, Sensible, Death Metal, Necrot are supposedly releasing LP 3 late this year. I should probably hit up Tank Crime Scotty for the scoop on that one. Hey, Tsunami released a promo last year that suggested a new album was coming. We're still waiting, but if you're into metallic hardcore, this should definitely be on your radar. All right, if I don't mention this, Blaine is probably going to try and fight me, and he's jacked now, so I don't want to fight him. So Bell Witch is supposed to be releasing a follow-up to 2017's Mirror Reaper sometime in spring-summer. Code Orange has been in the studio with Billy Corgan. Yes, you heard me right. Code Orange with Billy Corgan. We should be hearing something interesting about that soon, I imagine. The Black Dahlia Murder are expected to release their first album without Trevor on vocals. May he rest in peace. I'm very glad that they have decided to keep the fire burning with this band because the world needs the Black Dahlia Murder. Fugitive, everyone's new favorite Texas crossover supergroup, has been posting a lot of studio content, and Blake himself has confirmed in an interview with me that new tunes are coming. Whether it's going to be an EP or a full length, only time will tell. More hardcore dudes playing metal. Fuming Mouth has been working with Kurt Ballou again, and I'm excited to see the results of that. A very fucking solid band. And breaking news. Oh man, after crowdfunding $500,000 back in 2017 to build his own studio and compound to create his masterpiece records in, Yari from Wintersun has announced that he's working on several albums and that One of them may be released soon, but it's probably not the follow-up album that you wanted and paid for. But he's working on a couple, and one of them's coming soon, and then more to follow. And I'm just going to go ahead and file this under shit I will believe once I hear it. So no news there really at all. All right, and there you have it. Those are some of the records that I am most looking forward to this year, but that's enough from me. Time for you guys to hit the comments. Let me know what you guys think about the records that I talked about. Let me know which ones I missed and the ones that you are most excited for. We'll see you next time.